Hello, hello. Good to be with all of you today. This is your Daily Sādhana. My name is Hannah. I use she, her pronouns, and we're going to do some grounding today on the mat. So I just had an experience where I was at a yoga retreat and we went through different elements of the earth, water, fire, wind, ether, and we kind of focused on a different element every day. And it really inspired me. By the end of the retreat, I felt very, very floaty almost, definitely connected to air and ether, which were the last two elements that we focused on. And when I got home, I was thinking about just kind of reflecting on the retreat, and I got to this realization that in my view, the elements and the way that we connect to them is very cyclical. So once we got up to ether and air and I was feeling very floaty and all these things, I was like, okay, I need to ground down again and I need to come back to earth. And so it's kind of this cycle. And as far as the elements go, they connect to the chakras or energy centers in the body. And so earth is connected to your root chakra, which is located right at your tailbone, right down at the base of your spine. And if you're kind of a skeptic when it comes to more subtle body things, that's understandable. I think a healthy amount of skepticism is a good thing. You can think of chakras as being like a hierarchy of needs. So root chakra is connected to your foundation of you, not necessarily like having a physical place to land, but just more so like who are you at the core, and having a good foundation, making sure that all of your basic needs are met, that you feel secure, that you feel safe, that you feel held wherever you are. So while we're on the mat today, I would love for you to reflect on those things. We kind of come and go as far as security goes, as far as feeling safe and sound. But ideally, we find this in ourselves and realize that we have what we need to feel that safety and that security. So there will be lots of grounding on the mat today, and I invite you to think about what helps you feel grounded, what helps you feel rooted, even when there's a lot of things going on around you that might cause that kind of uprooted feeling. Let's start in child's pose, Balasana. Bring your big toes together to touch. Widen your knees. Take a moment to notice the grounding in the tops of your feet, the grounding of your shins, hips over your heels, and then crawl your hands forward. Surrender your chest down to your mat. Rest your forehead down on the ground and just soften into the shape. No need to be really active yet, just be here. Start to arrive. Let everything but the foundation of you start to fall away. Anything that's going on later, anything that already happened. And attempt to let go of the things that are going on around you. Connect to the root, the foundation of you. And if you find yourself feeling like your mind is wandering, I'll offer up a few mantras to help keep you grounded, keep you rooted on your mat. Become more aware of your breath. Notice the length of your inhales, the length of your exhales. Notice the temperature of your breath. Is the air dry? Is the air more humid? Breath is one of those things that can help us feel safe and secure. It can help bring us back down to what matters. In times where we feel anxious or like there's a lot of fire, we breathe, slow, steady breath. Something that is always there with us, holding us, filling us, circulating through us. Big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Let's take another. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. You're welcome to seal your lips and start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And then rise up to tabletop on your hands and knees. Root down through your hands. Press down through the tops of your feet. Pull your belly button gently in towards your spine. And then create a long spine. Press the crown of your head forward. Press the tailbone back towards the back of your space. Inhale, cow. Drop your belly low. Lift your gaze. Shine your heart forward. Exhale, cat, round your spine, push the ground away, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, cow, lower your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, cat, round your spine, tuck chin to chest. Continue to move back and forth between your cat-cows. Keep it slow and steady. Even if your body wants to move faster, that's the fire talking. Let the earth take over. Ground down here. Move slow, move steady, just like the earth. Oftentimes it takes years, decades, even centuries for a piece of earth to move. The times that there are things such as landslides, earthquakes, oftentimes it's when there are other elements at play, right? Fire from a volcano, water from a flood. So let the earth take over here. Just move steady, move slow. Let it hold you. Let it ground you. From your tabletop, flip your toes, sit your hips back over your heels. Hero's pose, Virasana. Stack your shoulders over your hips and let the tops of your feet rest on the mat. On your inhale, sweep your arms over your head, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, side bend to the right. Plant your right hand off to the right side. Lean your left arm up and over. Get long through your left side body. Roll your left shoulder back and gaze underneath it. Breathe in. Stay on your breath out. Inhale, come back through center. Excuse me, I'm yawning. It's morning time. I'm just waking up. As you exhale, take a side bend over to the left. The left hand lowers. Right arm lifts up and over. And again, roll your right shoulder back, open through the right side body while rooting down through the left hand. Inhale, come through center. And exhale, land in a tabletop. Plant your hands. Flip your toes, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. In downward facing dog, bend your knees. Lift your tailbone towards the ceiling. Press your belly towards your thighs. Let your chest feel really open here. And you're welcome to start to pedal your feet side to side a few times. Maybe wag your hips around. Dip one shoulder and the other, kind of roll your chest from side to side. And thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up, for moving alongside me, for moving for you mostly. That's the most important part. From your downward facing dog, let's come into a crouch. So bend your knees a little more. Hover your chest off the ground. Take a breath in, look between your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Low lunge, drop your back knee down to the ground. Flip your foot so that your left foot is planted, top of your left foot is planted. And then on your inhale, reach your arms over your head, low crescent lunge, move slow. I invite you to become a little more aware of what you're feeling here. Notice what feels like it's stretching. If you want more of that stretching sensation, maybe lean into it a bit more. And then notice what feels really, really strong. If you want to feel that strength, press into your right foot, become a little more active through your legs. Core always stays engaged, just gently. Breathe in, reach your arms high, low crescent lunge. And then exhale, round back to half splits. Fold over your right foot. Tuck your chin to your chest, flex through your right toes. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward. And then relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Breathe. Once again, become aware of what you feel here. Just arrive. Notice what gravity can do. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come back forward to a low crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Lift your arms over your head. Pull your chest away from your thighs. And then exhale, step your feet to forward fold at the top of your mat. Feet come together. Spread them wider than your hips, maybe even mats width distance apart. And then rest your upper body between your thighs for ragdoll pose. Grab onto opposite elbows, maybe even grab onto opposite shoulders, like you're hugging yourself. You're holding yourself in this embrace. I am safe. I am secure. In this moment, I am safe. I am secure. One more time. In this moment, I am safe. I am secure. Take a breath in. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground, toe heel your feet closer together. We rise up to standing, slowly unroll your spine, one vertebra at a time. Sweep your arms high over your head, biceps come to frame your ears. Tall mountain pose, take a deep breath in, lift your gaze. Exhale, forward fold, bring your hands through your heart center, hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw your palms to your shins, iron out your spine, tailbone presses back, crown of the head presses forward. Inhale here. And then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank position. Left foot, then right foot can step back. In your high plank, press into your palms, dome through your upper back. Breathe. Stack your heels over the balls of your feet. We hold for 3, 2, 1, shift your shoulders forward, then lower down to your belly. Once you're on your belly, let's take 3 rounds of cobra. So walk your hands back to graze the top of your ribs. Press down through the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift your chest, hug your shoulders down your spine, cobra pose. Exhale, lowered back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. And lower. Last one, breathe in. Lower down. Press into your hands. Inhale for tabletop or high plank. Press the ground away. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Take an inhale through your nose. Sigh it out. Let it go. Bend into your knees. Gaze forward. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, low lunge. Lower your back knee down to the ground and low crescent. Lift your chest away from your thigh. Sweep your arms high. Take a moment here to feel sensation, what's stretching, what's strong. Is there something that you'd like to open more? Maybe you take a side body stretch. Maybe you sweep your arms around, take a few shoulder circles. Really, the world is your oyster. You can feel into these different poses, especially when you're rooted in the space on your mat. So sweep your arms high, breathe in. Exhale, half splits, fold over your left leg, round your spine forward. Breathe here. Make sure your chin is tucked to your chest. So even if your spine is long, tuck your chin to your chest. That's just going to kind of stretch from root to crown all the way up and down your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rebend into your left leg. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Sweep your arms high. Press down through your left foot. Exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Step your right foot to meet your left. Halfway lift your spine. Get long. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, rise to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Sweep your arms over your head, lift your gaze. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, right foot, then left foot steps back, high plank position. This time we'll take a chaturanga, so shift your shoulders forward past your wrists. Now you can always be on your knees here. And then exhale, low plank, hover your chest, hug your elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift your chest and your thighs. Press down through the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips lift back. Let's flow it, breath to movement, and just stay rooted in the foundation of things. This practice today is going to be pretty foundational. So take it at your own pace. Take it slow if you'd like to take it slower. Speed it up if you'd like to speed it up. Just root down on your mat. We'll stay in this flow for a few more rounds. So inhale, bend into your knees, crouching down dog. Exhale, step right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee to the ground. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Sweep your arms high, shine your chest up. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Shift it back. Come forward to low crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift your spine. Exhale, step it back. Maybe left foot steps back first this time. High to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend to your knees. Inhale, crouch. Exhale, step it forward, low lunge. Drop your back knee. Inhale, low crescent, sweep high. Exhale, half splits, round and fold. Come forward, breathe in, low crescent lunge. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Halfway lift, take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, sweep high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flow through chaturanga or step it back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale to up dog if you're flowing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take this one more time. Crouching down dog. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, squeeze right knee to chest, step your foot between your hands. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, forward fold. Right into Urdhva Hastasana, mountain, sweep your arms high, take an inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Last time on the left, breathe in, crouch. Exhale, lunge. Lower your right knee. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, forward fold. Notice the heat is building. Heart rate might be increasing. Take a halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. So even as things start to get challenging, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. When things start to get challenging, how do you stay grounded? Take an inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. In your downward facing dog, take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale to three-legged dog, sweep your right leg high, and then bend your right knee, open your hip, curl your right heel to your glute, keep pushing into your palms. Maybe your left knee softens a little more. Allow the crown of your head to dangle down towards the ground. Take a deep breath in, back to three-legged dog. Reach your right leg high. Exhale to lunge, step your right foot between your hands. This time you can keep your back knee lifted. We rise up to high crescent lunge, Shandrasana. Lift your chest away from your right thigh. Arms can reach high. Now, if you'd prefer a different arm variation, you're welcome to keep your hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. You're even welcome to bring your hands to your lower back, connect a little closer to the root chakra. Soften your shoulders down away from your ears wherever you are. Hug your inner thighs together more. From here, deep breath in. Exhale, open to warrior two. Spin your left toes down to the ground. Left toes will face the long edge of your mat. Bend into your right knee. Right toes will face forward to the front of your space. Tee out your arms, reach in opposite directions. Take a deep breath in. And settle on the exhale. Stay right here. We take one more inhale. This time on the inhale, lengthen your upper body forward. Exhale, side angle. Bring your right forearm down. Lengthen your left arm high. Breathe here. So maybe this is your first time taking a practice, doing a physical yoga practice. If that's the case, none of this will feel very foundational to you. But if you've taken class before, if you've been to yoga before, these poses might feel familiar, and that's intentional. We land in poses that we're familiar with, that feel foundational to us, so that we can root, so that we can ground, so that we can come back to the basics, connect with the root, the core of our being. Keep your right knee bent. Inhale, reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. Reach your right arm up and back. Keep bending into your right knee. Notice the strength that builds in stillness, right? Lots of strength through your right leg, lots of strength through your core, just by pausing, just by staying right here and breathing. We'll take one more inhale. Exhale to lunge. Bring your hands down to the mat. Frame your right foot. Spin high to the ball of your back toes. On your breath in, grounded warrior three. Lift your left heel in line with your left glute. Flex your left toes. If you have something that you can place underneath your hands, like blocks or water bottles, this would be a good place to bring them underneath your hands. Get long through your spine, just like you would in a halfway lift. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Set your left foot down to meet your right. Bend into your knees. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit your hips back and down. Hands can come to your heart center, or they can extend upwards towards the ceiling or the sky. I'm going to keep my hands at my heart center just because my shoulders are pretty tight this morning. So take a deep breath in your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right toes back. Then sweep your left leg high, three-legged down dog with your left leg lifted. Press into your hands, and again, bend your knee, open your hip, just like we did on the other side. Curl your left heel towards your right glute. Press your chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, sweep your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your hands. All right, my friends, so stay lifted off of your back knee. Hug your inner thighs together. We rise up to Chandrasana, high crescent lunge. Breathe in and exhale to settle. Again, my hands will be at my heart center, but please know this is your practice. If you want your arms up, out, wherever you want your arms, there's no wrong answer. Bend to your left knee. Firm up through your core. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, warrior two. We pivot open to face the right side of your space. Bend into your left knee. Check in that your left toes face forward, your right toes face towards the right side of your mat. Relax your shoulders. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. Lean your upper body forward. Exhale, side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Lower your left forearm down, extend your right arm high. Breathe here. One more round of breath, way to stay in it. And if you didn't stay in it, that's okay too, right? It's okay. It's just yoga. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in your left knee. Reach your left arm high. Get long through your left side body. Let's be still for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Way to go. Breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat. Low lunge. Step your right foot to meet your left, forward fold. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Sit your hips low, arms go wherever they want. And then exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flow through a chaturanga or meet me in downward facing dog. Once you're in downward facing dog, right leg sweeps high to the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. We flow breath to movement here. Inhale, rise up to crescent lunge. Lift your chest away from your right thigh. Exhale, warrior two, open out. Take a breath in to lengthen forward. Exhale, side angle, lower it down, reach your left arm high. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, lunge, hands meet the earth. Spin high to the ball of your back toes. Inhale, right into chair pose. Step your left foot to meet your right. Sit your hips back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you get there, sweep your left leg high. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg is lifted. Exhale, step it through to your lunge. Inhale for crescent. Sweep your arms high. Exhale for warrior two. Open out. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, side angle. Lower it down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach up, reach back. Exhale, low lunge. Make sure you're breathing somehow. I know you are, but intentional breath. Pranayama. Inhale, chair. Step together. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog. Step it back. In your downward facing dog, take an inhale. And exhale. Phew. Excuse me. Whew. One more breath in. One more breath out. All right, so we'll move on. We'll keep some of the poses and change some of them up. So just listen for the changes. On your inhale, take three-legged dog. Lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. Inhale for crescent. Lift chest away from thigh. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Lengthen forward, lean forward on your inhale. And then exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your left quad. Hands come to your heart center. Now you're welcome to stay exactly as you are, or might opt to drop your back knee down to the ground. A little bit more of a grounding version of this pose. Since we are focused on Muladhara, root chakra, it might feel good to get a little closer to the earth. You do you. On your inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. On your next breath in, rise back up, high crescent lunge. So if you lowered your back knee down, lift it off of the mat. Exhale, warrior two, open out. Now this time, straighten through your right leg on your breath in. Exhale, triangle, Trikonasana. Lengthen forward, lower your right arm down, lift your left arm up. Keep breathing. These are the poses where I start to hold my breath personally. Triangle is a tough one for me. It's a tough one in the core, in the legs. I really have to remind myself to stay rooted in my breath. Good. Last round of breath. Inhale and exhale. Rise up to star pose. Take a deep inhale. So rise up, create a capital X shape with your body. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Parallel your feet to one another, hinge at your hips. Lower the crown of your head down towards your mat, and then breathe here. You may opt to move a little bit, maybe bend into your knees. You may opt to go upside down if that's in your practice. You may opt to just be still and let gravity do its thing. 3 more rounds of breath. After your 3rd round of breath, start to rise back up with a flat back. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, modified pyramid. Fold over your right leg, high to the ball of your back toes. Similar to low lunge, but your right leg is longer. It might not be all the way straight, but it's a little bit more straight than it was. Fold over your right leg, your fingertips content by your sides, or maybe bring blocks underneath your hands. Draw your right hip up and back. Tilt your left hip forward and down. Notice how that unlocks a bit more sensation through the right lower back. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, grounded warrior 3. Lift up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose, take a breath in. Exhale, eagle on the right, Garudasana, cross your right elbow underneath your left. And then set your right knee on top of your left knee, cross at your shins, your calves. Breathe here. I like to kickstand my right toes to the opposite side of my left foot. That just helps me feel a little more grounded. Bend into your left knee a bit more and then lift your elbows up in line with your shoulders. We're here for 3, 2, keep breathing, and 1. Release, unwind, inhale, sweep your arms over your head, lift your gaze. Exhale, forward fold, release. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe you flow or step it back. Inhale, 3-legged dog, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Stay active in your legs. Inhale, high crescent lunge, reach up. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Set your right elbow to the outside of your left quad. Fall to your back knee like me if you did, or you can stay lifted. And again, I want you to become aware of what feels grounded. This can be a tool that you can bring off of the mat. Yoga extends way far beyond the mat. So when you notice on your mat what feels grounded, when you're aware of what you feel held by, supported by, where you feel like the foundation is, you can start to find that off your mat as well. We'll take one more round of breath. Deep breath in and out. Lift off of your back knee. We unwind, crescent lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, warrior two, open out. Straighten through your left leg. Take an inhale. And then exhale, triangle pose. Lower your left arm down. Reach your right arm high. Breathe. Long, slow, steady breaths. Amazing job. On your inhale, we'll rise up to star. Press down through your feet, straighten out through your legs, reach your arms high. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, hinge forward. You can stay here or option to spread your toes wide, heels come in, and bring your forearms to the tops of your knees. Gently just kind of sway from side to side. This is a really nice hip stretch. So your choice. 2 more rounds of breath wherever you are. And inhale, rise back up to star. Press down, lift up. Exhale, carry your upper body to the front of your mat. Modified pyramid, fold over your left leg. And take a moment to set up, just to breathe, to notice. Tuck your chin to your chest. Tilt your right hip forward and down. Lift your left hip up. On your breath in, grounded warrior three. Kick your right heel in line with your right hip. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Set your right foot next to your left. We'll rise up to chair pose. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Eagle Garudasana on the left. Cross your left elbow underneath. Cross your left knee on top of your right knee. And then breathe here. Lift your elbows, maybe kickstand your left toes. Notice if you smell anything, whether it's a pleasant or an unpleasant smell. Just notice, connect to your scent sense. That's the one that's associated with your root chakra. And it's interesting because smells can really bring back memories, right? Memories from childhood, memories from kind of creating that nostalgic feeling. Unwind, release your eagle pose, give your body a little shake out, a little wiggle. And then inhale, sweep your arms over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, find a seat. So curl into a little ball and then rock your sits bones back to the ground, seated position. We'll move into some hip stretches, starting out with Gomukhasana. I'm going to turn to face you. You can face wherever, obviously, but just so you can see what's going on with my legs. So for cow face pose, start with your bottom leg, which will be the left leg. Crawl your left foot towards your right hip, and then cross your right knee on top of your left knee. Tilt your knees down towards the ground. And then from there, you can kind of crawl your left leg away from your right hip. And I like to bring my hands, the heels of my hands, to the soles of my feet, those things that so often serve as grounding parts of the body, and just kind of give the arches of my feet a little massage, little self-assist here. Keep your sits bones rooted down. If you feel like your right hip is really lifting off the mat, you can kickstand your right foot down instead. And then wherever you are, maybe you fold forward. Lengthen your spine, chin to chest. So as I was saying, sense of smell is what's associated with the root chakra. So maybe when you feel really ungrounded, unrooted, connect to that scent. Notice what you smell. It's a very subtle sense, right? It's a very subtle way of noticing, and I think that is what helps us root. What helps us ground is because it is so subtle. It takes a lot of effort to stay in the moment. Take one more round of breath here. And then stay where you are. Just stamp your right foot down on the mat. You can maybe bring your left leg out in front of you or keep your left heel towards your right hip. Bring your right hand behind you. We'll take a seated twist, half Lord of the Fishes pose. Exhale, hook your left forearm around your right knee. Twist towards the right side of your space. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, twist. And then take a counter twist. Bring your hands over to the left side of your space. Dip your chest down. Twist over to the opposite direction. And we'll switch sides. So Gomukhasana on the right, or on the left rather. Bring your right knee underneath, right foot towards your left hip, and then stack your left knee on top. Point your knees down. This side for me is a little bit more tight. Might be the same for you. So just take a few rounds of breath lifted in your chest. Feel free to massage out the soles of your feet. Maybe give your toes a little movement. And then when you're ready, you can fold or simply just tuck your chin to your chest. I'm always super impressed by the folks who can do a virtual class from start to finish. If you're still here, way to go. Way to be here. Way to be rooted, grounded in what it is that you've chosen to do for yourself. I oftentimes tend to get up and wander away and be like, oh, it's fine. And I think that speaks to the fact that I have a hard time grounding. I have a hard time being still and just trusting in me and what I've chosen to do. So if you're having that urge to get up and do something, what matters is what's happening right here, right now. Your body, your mind, your spirit deserves this, regardless of whatever it is that you have to do, that you feel like is calling to you. Can you stay here for just a few moments more? If you folded forward, lift your chest, and we'll come into the seated twist again. So bring your left foot down to the mat so your left knee is tucked into your chest. Bring your left hand behind you. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, twist. Lengthen on your inhales. Twist on your exhales. One more round of breath. Counter twist over to the right. Dip your chest down. And then Make your way down onto your back. Lie down on your back. Stamp your feet down. Knock your knees together. Broken bridge pose. So broken bridge pose, your hips stay down. It's really just this variation in your legs where your knees tuck together, your feet widen. And then you can rest your hands down by your sides, or option to bring both hands over your belly. In this moment, I am grounded. In this moment, I am safe. In this moment, I have what I need. In this moment, I am grounded. In this moment, I am safe. In this moment, I have what I need. In this moment, I am grounded. In this moment, I am safe. In this moment, I have what I need. Extend your heels long. Bring your hands to face up by your sides. Let the earth hold you. Let the earth embrace you. Be still. Be here. Shavasana. Allow your eyelids to get heavy. Separate your top teeth from your bottom teeth to relax your jaw. Maybe walk your shoulders down away from your ears to get long through your neck. Flutter through your fingertips, relax your joints. Hips are heavy, knee joints are soft. Maybe wiggle your toes or wag your feet from side to side to relax your ankles. Breathe here. You're welcome to stay and rest and ground if you have time. Otherwise, find movement in your fingers and your toes. Rock your chin from shoulder to shoulder. Blink your eyes open. Full body stretch. Reach everything long. And then come back to a seated position. Once you're seated, take a moment to maybe repeat those words. I am grounded. I am safe. I am secure. I am here. I hope you feel a little more connected and grounded, connected to the earth, rooted to your foundation, to who you are. Thank you for being here. Bring your hands together at your heart center. And I bow to you in gratitude for showing up for yourself and inherently for everyone else around you. Be well. I'll see you next time.